Yo, what is going on YouTube? Hope you guys are doing super well today. Bringing you guys a brand new video. If you guys saw my last video, I talked a little bit about the Red Sox, but I also talked about my prediction for the AL East. I projected the Tampa Bay Rays to win the division, with the Toronto Blue Jays coming in second and the Yankees coming in third place. And that raised a comment from one of my viewers, so I want to address that, kind of break it down. So if we were going to be in a best-of-3 matchup, which team has the edge? A lot of you probably thinking right now, oh, it's the Yankees, duh, because it's the Yankees. They're a powerhouse, they have a lot of money, they spend a lot of money, but, you know, the Blue Jays are one of those teams that have a great manager, a great system, who their manager was Kevin Cash's, in his system came from his coaching tree. So, very interesting, very similar philosophy there. So I want to break it down position by position. So we're going to be going off 2019 and 2020 stats. So we're going to start with pitchers. We're going to go 3 pitchers. Let's say we're in the wild card, a best-of-5 series. The 3 pitchers that we're going to see. And we're going off, again, 2019, 2020 stats. I wanted to go back to 2018. However, that felt a little bit too far out. 2019, 2020 felt a little bit more relevant. So pitcher 1 for the Yankees, obviously is going to be Gerrit Cole. They're going to throw their second highest paid pitcher in all of baseball out there game 1. No doubt. Unless he's hurt. 2020 he finished 4th in the Cy Young. He finished with a 2.89 ERA and a 3.89 FIP. If you guys don't know what FIP is, you're going to hear that word a lot. Or that phrase, that acronym. That's basically if you took a pitcher and you took their ballpark and you pitched them all in the same ballpark. So they take all those external factors out of different ballparks, elevation, things like that. It's like they're all pitching in the same park. So it evens the landscape. Gives you kind of a better idea of what the pitcher really is based on, you know, just how they pitched. So pitcher 1 for Yankees, Gerrit Cole. 2.2 wins above replacement. So you're going to hear that referred to as WAR. Turn the page over to the Toronto Blue Jays. Pitcher 1's obviously going to be Hyun-Jin Ryu. Their ace. 3.0 wins above replacement in 2020 with a 2.69 ERA and a 3.01 FIP, and second place in the Cy Young finish. So Ryu was really close in that Cy Young voting. Both these guys were excellent. That would be a great game 1. Game 2 pitcher. For the Toronto Blue Jays, we're probably looking at Robbie Ray. Honestly, I based a couple of these pitchers as kind of off the roster, the depth chart, kind of who they had in those same similar 2 roles last year. Granted, the Blue Jays rotation looks a bit different heading into 2021. So, Robbie Ray, 0.3 WAR, 4.79 ERA, 5.32 FIP. However, it was only in 20.2 innings pitched. Turn the page back over to the Yankees. You're probably looking at Corey Kluber, negative 0.3 WAR, with a 5.08 ERA and a 4.12 FIP. That's between 36.1 innings pitched between 2019 and 2020. So health is a factor here. And then third, you're going to have Jameson Taillon for the Yankees. 2019, 0.3 WAR, you know, with a 4.10 ERA, 3.80 FIP, and 37.1 innings pitched. You know, of course, we're going back and we have injuries. Third pitcher, I would assume for the Blue Jays, is going to be Ross Stripling. 0.1 WAR, 6.32 ERA, 3.70 FIP, and 15.2 innings pitched. So that's kind of what we're looking at right there for the 3-on-3. I don't know who to give the edge to. It's even, and it's just going to depend on health. The closer, I give the advantage to the Yankees. They have a Aroldis Chapman. While the Blue Jays are hoping in a rebound in Kirby Yates. Going back to 2019, however, Yates did finish 9th in the Cy Young. But in 2020, he was limited to 4.1 innings pitched with a 12.46 ERA and a 5.27 FIP. So combined, both these teams, the Blue Jays, put up a 4.60 ERA, which was 10th best in the AL. The Yankees, however, put up a 4.35 ERA, which was 8th best in the AL. So you're looking at 2 very similar pitching staffs side by side. It's hard to get the edge. The edge is going to be in the bullpens, but again, both those bullpens are kind of up in the air as it stands right now. and basing off of last year. So let's go position by position. So Yankees at catcher, they're obviously going to have Gary Sanchez. And I'm going to focus on OBP. OBP is a very full stat to me compared to batting average and slugging. Can't win if you can't get on base. So that's, to me, that's most important here. So you're going to have Gary Sanchez, who posted a negative 0.3 WAR with a .253 OBP. Then you turn the page, you look at Alejandro Kirk. Granted, he only took 25 plate appearances, but he should be the starting catcher in 2021. 0.2 WAR with a 400 OBP. However, again, 25 plate appearances. Miniature sample size, but Alejandro Kirk has a ton of upside. Next, we're looking at first base. First base for the Yankees. This is where they have an edge. Luke Voigt, 338 OBP with a 1.7 WAR last season. Compared that to this year's starting first baseman for the Blue Jays, you're looking at Vlad Guerrero Jr. Yes, he dropped about 30 pounds. That should help him be a little bit more mobile, make some better defensive plays, and be more of an asset on the bases. But a 329 OBP, got to give the edge to the Yankees at first base. Second base, this is also where the Yankees have the advantage with DJ LeMahieu, 421 OBP. I mean, you can't say no to that. 3.0 WAR. Then you're looking at second base for the Blue Jays. Now is Marcus Semien. 2019, he finished in that high in that MVP race. I believe it was third or fourth. But he finished 2020 with a 3.05 OBP. So not encouraging, not great. But yes, I still think that Semien is very comparable to LeMahieu in certain aspects. But Yankees have the edge at second base. And this is where we start to get interesting. Third base through shortstop throughout the outfield. Health does play a factor here. So we're looking at Cavan Biggio at third base for the Blue Jays. They already said they're going to start him at third base, give him the everyday opportunity there. Great defensive move as well. 2.0 WAR with a 375 OBP in 2020. Compare that to Yankees third baseman Gio Urshela with a 368 OBP and 2.1 WAR. Very, very, very similar, but however, I think Biggio is a better player. So I'm giving the edge to Cavan Biggio and the Blue Jays. Next is shortstop, where the Yankees are expected to line up Gleyber Torres. 356 OBP with a 0.0 WAR. So he's an average player, very average, even with a high OBP. But at shortstop for the Blue Jays, you're looking at Bo Bichette, 1.0 WAR with a 328 OBP. Both these guys incredibly comparable. However, the batting average is the next factor I'm going to look at. Bichette had a 301 batting average and the WAR, so I got to give the edge to Bo Bichette. Left field, Blue Jays, you're looking at Lourdes Gurriel Jr., 1.2 WAR with a 348 OBP. Compare that to Yankees projected starting left fielder Clint Frazier, 394 OBP and 1.7 WAR. You know, both these guys are super exciting. I'm really excited for both of them, but I'm going to give the edge to the Yankees' Clint Frazier here. He's ready to seize that opportunity in 2021, and I think he's going to be just as good of a player. But they're both very comparable. Now we start to get into health. Right field for the Yankees would be Aaron Judge. However, he played in just 28 games of the 60 last season. He's dealt with injuries for back-to-back years now and has been a disappointment ultimately to Yankees fans. 336 OBP, 1.1 WAR. So he makes that impact when he's on the field. But he's off the field more than he's on. Right field for the Blue Jays, you're looking at Teoscar Hernandez, 1.5 WAR with a 346 OBP. He played in 50 games. Health, giving it to the Blue Jays in right field. Player is honestly, yes, Aaron Judge, total player. But health is going to be the biggest factor here. George Springer, center field, Blue Jays, 2.2 WAR with a 359 OBP. Compare that to Aaron Hicks with a 379 OBP, 0.7 WAR. Better player, George Springer, overall. Center field is probably the weakest position on the Yankees roster, but Hicks slots in to be the everyday starter. And at DH, Giancarlo Stanton, 387 OBP. However, same story. When he's on the field, he isn't difference maker. When he's not, he only played in 27 games, which limited him only posting a 0.5 WAR, which is awful for a guy you're paying $30+ million a year to not be on the field, basically. Compare that to the DH, Rowdy Tellez, 0.6 WAR with a 346. He played in 35 games. So still, health is going to be the most important factor here for the outfield, which is the deciding factor, which I got to give center field and right field and DH to the Blue Jays because of this. So let's look at the team stats. 225 batting average for 4th place in the AL was the Blue Jays. 247 for 6th place was the Yankees. Or 6th best, yes. I don't know how that worked out. .325 OBP for the Blue Jays was 6th best in the AL. Yankees, however, had a 342 OBP, which was 1st best in the AL. 447 slugging for the Yankees, which was 1st best. 441 slugging for the Blue Jays, which was 4th best. OPS, Yankees finishing 1st in the AL with a 789 OPS. Blue Jays finishing 4th with a 766 OPS. So kind of breaking it down, these teams, very even on paper. But what matters most to me on the field is health. The health of the team. The health of the Blue Jays is much stronger from the rotation to the bullpen to the end of the game compared to the Yankees. We don't know how many games Aaron Judge is actually realistically going to play. We don't know how many games Giancarlo Stanton is realistically going to play. We just don't know. We don't know the health of this team total. They might end up having to slot Brett Gardner in more into right field, depending on injuries. The infield is still, they're proven, but they're not great. They're not going to knock your socks off other than DJ LeMahieu for the Yankees. The Blue Jays are still young. They're developing, and they're only getting better. They've had year-over-year growth between 2 years now in that system, and they're only getting better. They're getting better and better and better, which is why I put the Blue Jays ahead of the Yankees in the AL East. Yes, could the Yankees still come back and win and just choke away the playoffs? Probably, yeah. Will they probably finish with a better record? I don't think so. I just don't think the elements are there for them to be a more successful team than the Blue Jays. Obviously, they weren't more successful than the Rays. Couldn't beat them. Same division. The Rays haven't figured out. The Blue Jays haven't figured out. The Red Sox are on the prowl. This is a 4-team race in the AL East. If you notice, my division predictions were only a few games apart after the Rays. The Blue Jays and the Yankees were barely separated, but I got to give it to the Blue Jays because the team is better. Also, before we end the video, I want to give 2 shout-outs. 9+Us merch. True to the Blue, Seattle Mariners fan. 9plusus.com. Brad and Brig, these 2 guys are phenomenal dudes. I absolutely am big fans of both of them. Make sure you go and give their stuff a follow on all social media platforms. Baseball Together. Go and listen to their podcast. Big fans of these 2. Go and cop their merch. It's legit. It's comfy. Next, Raise Energy. The new flavor released. Pre-orders are in now. South Beach, baby. South Beach. Let's go. This is just a delicious tropical blend. Hints of coconut, hints of pineapple, some white gummy bear vibes up in there. The can. Look. Just look at that can. So pretty. Notice right there. All the good stuff you need. 300 milligrams of caffeine. No crash, no sugar, low sodium, potassium. All the good stuff that their competitors wish that they could put in and just put in to make a delicious drink. Raise Energy, repsports.com. Go get you some Raise Energy. Use the code BALLBOY at checkout. We have a couple other sponsors in the works as well. Just waiting to get their product just so we can make sure that it's high quality. I only want to make sure you guys get the highest quality product from me that I support and endorse. But other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe is going to be up here. YouTube's going to think you're going to like this recent video up here, so make sure you do that. Thanks for watching. Leave comments, share it, blow it up. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend, ball boys and ball girls.